You are Michelle Beadle. You are on the record saying you refuse to share a desk. Let's talk about that. I do remember when I had some breaking news when you were on Get Up and you refused to have it aired because of me. The right thing to do? Did Mike Greenberg feel that way? Did the producers at Get Up feel that way? Did the bosses at ESPN feel that way? See, I'm still there, you're not. This woman was damn good at her job. She'll never say that about me. No problem. Everyone else does, and my paycheck shows it. You continue to live in your world. I'll live in mine. But I'm a fair-minded individual. She was pretty good at her job. So why are you stuck with a podcast with 2,500 subscribers on Instagram? What happened to ESPN? What happened to NBC? FS1 want you? CBS want you? Where you at? What you doing? You're at FanDuel. By the way, your boss is Norby Williamson. Your boss is Norby Williamson, our former boss at ESPN, who had something to do with you being gone.
Hello and welcome to another video of Who You Got Live. I'm Sun-EB7. Thank you for joining. Stephen A. This is the most fightingest. I mean, for a sports reporter, he might as well be a boxer. I've never seen anybody fight this darn much. But I gotta say, this ain't on him this time. No, this ain't on him. You know, Stephen A has his times. He has his days where he might pick a fight somewhere. He didn't pick this one. He actually, I don't know. It's like she came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm sure she didn't come out of nowhere in the media world. But as far as the public, a lot of us didn't see this coming. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody that's seen it coming, but a lot of us didn't. And it just, it bubbled up. But, here's the issue I have with it, though. As critical as I am of Stephen A., and when he gets out there and what he says when he gets out there, Michelle Beadle, she's pretty hot. This kind of gives the stalker ex-girlfriend vibe. I'm not saying that these two had anything to do with each other. He said he don't know her. But what I am saying is, what Michelle Beadle said was like, it made it look like they had a deeper relationship than they had. Now, I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just saying when a person says, I pray on your downfall, that's deep. I pray for you to lose everything. I pray for you to, for all this to go away for you. And I'm like this. When people say stuff like that, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, who prayed for yours? If you got beat out, do you think it's because somebody prayed for your downfall? And if that actually works, what would you do it? So anyway, I'm looking at this whole thing and I'm feeling some kind of way about it because I'm like, you prayed for his downfall. It couldn't be that you just wasn't good enough. I mean, I'm taking this from the perspective that he obviously beat her out on XM, on Sirius XM. I heard snippets of it. I didn't want to research it that much because I don't really, this ain't my lane. I don't care. This is drama. This is gossip. I don't really care about it in that way. It was her reaction that drew my attention because we don't teach people or young people to say things like, I pray on your downfall.
I don't do that. This is Michelle Beadle right here. I'm not a religious person, but I pray for the downfall. It's gross, man. You got to have principles in this thing. Take that off the screen. What are you talking about, principles? Where are your principles?
But the weirdest thing I heard about it, she said, I'm not religious, but I pray on your downfall. So were you really mad? Because, I mean, saying I'm not religious, but I pray on your downfall, why didn't you do something else you believe in? I pray on your downfall, but I ain't religious, so you should be good. I mean, I didn't understand it. I'm not religious, but I pray on your downfall. It actually had it was a really bad look. And it's things like this that kills a career. Yeah, Michelle Beadle better watch it, because there's a lot of people they don't have a channel that has an opinion. And this is the kind of thing that can provoke people to respond in a different way. Like, for instance, I'll just say this. Will Smith is still trying to get his career back. Now, I was one of those people sitting on the couch or wherever I was watching this, what he did. We already know what he did. I don't have to say it. That's all he's known for now. All those good movies, he's known for the last thing he did. And the first thing I said is, you're done. You will not come back from this. Because I waited, because I thought maybe this is a skit. I was hoping that this was a skit. Because if you did that, you just committed career suicide. That was my exact thought process. You just killed your career. I know he thought there was going to be people on his side, and there was going to be people that support him and all this crap. But no. So the people spoke. They just didn't say anything. So he can't hardly get people to come and see his movies. He's going back into rap. He's doing all the things he can to reignite his career. One move killed a $300 million superstar. One move. Now, Michelle didn't slap anybody, but the move she made will cause others who might hire her to see her differently. It might cause somebody to say, oh, yeah, well, we don't want nobody working here like that. You know, she might prey on our downfall. You know, we don't know what she's going to do, because that was so extreme for a person who got moved by a company, and her vitriol was at the person who took her place, not the company who moved her. And so I was confused. I'm like, well, if Stephen A ain't your boss, then shouldn't you be mad at the person that moved you? I that's how I see it. I don't know. What I can say is the world of the media world is getting treacherous out here. Out here in these media streets, they're just saying all kinds of shit. First, Stephen A got me because the people he picked fights with, government officials and all kind of crap. But then he's minding his own business. I haven't heard anything like this, you know. And when I first heard it, he didn't respond. Well, I knew he was coming. You can't not respond to that. So I knew he was coming. And when he came and I watched it, he unloaded. And when he unloaded, the information he unloaded said a lot about you that I don't think you wanted to come out. So did Michelle Beadle think about this before she let that out? Because the information that he put out there said a lot about her and why she lost. So did she not calculate that he might come out with that information? Did she calculate that he's connected with these high ups? Regardless of why. We can all have our opinion about why he's connected, but he is. So he knows some insider information. And if you watch Stephen A for 5 minutes, you know he's the type that will put you on Front Street. He will do it. So I didn't understand her take. And I'm telling you something, I didn't understand the guy next to her take. When she said, I pray on your downfall, this guy over here co-signing, he's a cheerleader. Yeah, it's going to be great. What's going to be great? Somebody's downfall? I don't. You can hate Stephen A all you want. And there's plenty of them. How you approach with that hate matters. Because it says more, your feelings about other people says more about you than it does them. You know, you can't hate someone who doesn't see you. Like, I could get on here a podcast and talk about how I hate Stephen A. No one gives a damn. But if I'm out here talking about I pray on his downfall, people start seeing me. That's a mirror shining back at me. Okay, Stephen A is this, Stephen A is that. But you on here talking about you praying for his downfall. What the hell wrong with you? They're looking at me. You see what I'm saying? I don't matter unless I say something like that. Now, give me 2,500 followers. Because that's what she got. He made sure you knew that. Those 2,500 followers would dwindle because there's people that would look at me in a certain way and say, why did you go there? So anyway, I would hope that Michelle Beadle, would take a different approach. It's kind of late. It's already out there. You can apologize, but then you'll look like you're weak. So you kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because you gotta stand on your conviction. You said it. You said this is how you feel about him. Going back saying I'm sorry, I apologize. You might not gain a lot of traction with that. You gotta live on it. But in the future, you gotta, I'm sorry, but my opinion about that is losers say shit like that. You just don't go out and pray for somebody's downfall. You can dislike them. You can not agree with them. You can even hate them, but praying for their downfall publicly. Yeah, because you blaming him. He didn't fire you. He wasn't your boss. They moved you for him, and now it's all his fault. That's like saying, Stephen A., you make too much money, so you should back out of this one. They want you in my spot, but because you make so much money, you shouldn't take it and allow me to continue what I'm doing. Here's the truth. If Stephen A. didn't take that, they would have got the next guy. I'm sure he's got some pull. He can influence, but he can't fire you. So, yeah. Okay. All right. That's all I have for today. Thank you for joining. Hope you like, share, and subscribe to the content. Until next time.
It's the show. We're going to do the show. I'm sorry, in January of 2018. We're going to be in January 28th. I'm going to do that.